Question 13. Integrate 2x multiplied by the square root of x plus 2 with respect to x between the limits 2 and 0. And we're going to show that that's equal to 32 divided by 15 multiplied by 2 plus root 2, all in brackets there. So what technique do we need to use to integrate this? Integration by parts. So let's remind ourselves of the integration by parts formulae. The integral of uv dash is equal to uv subtract the integral of vu dash. And so what we need to do is we need to choose one of our things to be our u and one of them to be our v. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take u to be 2x, and I'm going to take v dash to be the square root of x plus 2. So I'm going to write that as x plus 2 to the power of a half. Now effectively what we want to do is we want to fill out this grid. So if we differentiate u, we can get u dash, so the derivative of 2x is 2. And what we need to do is we need to integrate x plus 2 to the power of a half. So if we add 1 to the power, that will be 3 over 2. Divide by the power, so divide by 3 over 2 is the same as timesing by 2/3. So we're going to get 2/3 x plus 2 to the power of 3 over 2. Now from a reverse chain rule, we'd also need to divide by the derivative of the linear function that's in the bracket. But when you differentiate x plus 2, you just get 1. So that's fine for our integral. So we can now put it all into our formula. So the integral is going to become uv, so 2x multiplied by 2/3. So that's going to be 4x over 3 multiplied by x plus 2 to the power of 3 over 2. Subtract v multiplied by u dash, so 2/3 times by 2. I'm actually going to take that out the front. So 2/3 times by 2 is 4/3. And then the integral of x plus 2 to the power of 3 over 2 dx. And don't forget we've got these limits 2 and 0. So we just need to integrate the thing at the end now. So we're going to get 4x over 3. This will remain unchanged. So we're going to add 1 to the power, so that will become 5 over 2. And then we're going to divide by 5 over 2. So effectively what we need to do is 4 over 3 divided by 5 over 2. So it's going to be the same as multiplying by 2/5. So that's going to give us 8 over 15. So it's still going to have the negative here, so it's going to be subtract 8 over 15. And then we added 1 to the power, so we've got x plus 2. So it's all to the power of 5 over 2. And our limits 2 and 0. So now we just need to put our limits in there. So first of all, let's sub in 2. So we're going to get 4 times 2 over 3, and then we're going to have 2 plus 2 to the power of 3 over 2. Subtract 8 over 15, 2 plus 2 to the power of 5 over 2. So that's subbing 2 in. We're going to subtract. Now we're going to sub 0 in. Now because we've got 4x times something, well if x is 0, that's all going to disappear. But we will get something for the next thing. So we're going to get negative 8 over 15 and then 0 plus 2. So it's going to be 2 to the power of 5 over 2. And that will be what we get when we sub in our two limits. Now let's try and sort these out. So 8 over 3. Multiplied by, so 2 plus 2 is 4 to the power of 3 over 2, so that's the square root of 4, which is 2 cubed, so that's multiplied by 8. And then we're going to get 8 over 15 multiplied by 4 to the power of 5 over 2, so the square root is 2 to the power of 5, so we're going to get multiply that by 32. So 2 to the power of 5 over 2, that is the same as the square root of 2 to the power of 5. So the square root of 2 squared is 2. Square that, so the power of 4 would be 4. And then got another one, so that's 4 root 2. So here, down here, we're going to get negative 8 over 15 multiplied by 4 root 2. So let's sort these fractions out. So we've got 64 over 3. 32 times 8 is, so 240 plus 16 is 256 over 15. And then 4 times 8 is 32, so you've got the double negative, so you've got positive 32 over 15 root 2. Do use a calculator. Combining these fractions, so if we've got a common denominator of 15, so 64 times 5 is 320. So you've got 320 over 15. subtract 256 over 15 plus 32 over 15 root 2. So that gives us, so 320 subtract 256 is 64. So we get 64 over 15 plus 32 over 15 root 2. And that, if we factor out 32 over 15, so we'd have 2 plus root 2. And that's what we wanted to show for 7 marks.